Hello Leo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Leo for the middle of February. Now Leo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Leo, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. With all that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you. Now, if you watch my content regularly and you've not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so we're going to be doing a pyramid spread here, so make sure everything's in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right, I think that looks good to me, and we'll put this right here. All right, so right now, looks like February could be going pretty well for you, or in the future here, you could expect to receive some happy news or to achieve some level of happiness in your life here based on what I'm seeing so far. But let's go ahead and dive into this even further. So in the overall message here, you have the Ten of Cups. This is what I was talking about. The Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards to find in the tarot. This is similar to the Sun card, in that the Ten of Cups represents having all 10 cups overflowing. You have reached the end of the suit of cups, and you are now given some sort of major joy or even like a windfall of happiness in your life. When you get this Ten of Cups, you can expect things to be going pretty well when you find this. And not only that, but this is a form of abundance because, number one, the people on this bench own the home behind them. And so I do like to associate this card with abundance generally, maybe even real estate. But the other thing is, having a healthy, happy family unit, as you see here, is also a form of abundance for many people. It is closely associated with family energy, family situations, things going well in those areas here. And, just emotional abundance is a form of abundance as well. And that's really what the Ten of Cups signifies. So to get that as your overall message looks very good. Now, one thing I want to point out that I just recognize now, to the left and to the right of this Ten of Cups, you have people. You have court cards, okay, people cards showing up here in this reading. So I think you're the only sign that has had that here in this middle of the month. And so I do feel like there are a lot of talking heads. I think there are a lot of people in your circle right now. There might be a lot of people in your ear right now around things. I think many of you are going to have good situations with people. I also think this is potentially going to be just a busy time for you in terms of meetings and engagements, whatever it may be, dinner parties or what. I don't know if we're doing that right now with everything going on, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, in the past, you have the Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So the Page of Wands is a very good card. It represents some sort of good news coming into your life. In the past, I do feel like some of you have had good news, and this may have been from somebody who gives you wise counsel here. With the Queen of Swords, this is somebody who might be a subject matter expert, or somebody who's capable of providing you with very good advice in your life. They won't really take an emotional interest in you, but rather they'll be somebody who can maybe help guide you in your career path or on a certain path or whatever the case may be. And I do feel like maybe you received good news from this person. I also think with the Page of Wands here, this can represent job offers or job opportunities as well. Wands is the suit of work, job, career. And so for some of you, that has been the case. It can just represent news, just good news generally. But the Page of Wands, if it's an aspect of yourself, it may say that you are full of energy at this time. You are lively, you are active, you're free-spirited when you have the Page of Wands energy. So definitely like to see this combination. Now in the future, you have this King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords here. So the King of Pentacles is somebody who might be extremely interested in building their empire. Okay, they are somebody who is typically pretty wealthy, or they're on the path towards achieving wealth, achieving growth, achieving sustainability with their finances. And they don't really rock the boat. They are kind of conservative in their approach to life. And they are not, another way of saying that is they're not really a risk taker. And so for some of you, I feel like, it's interesting because you also have this Page of Swords, which can represent disappointing news or news of delay, maybe challenging news. It can also say that you are lively as well, similar to the Page of Swords, Page of Wands rather. But with the Page of Swords, it's more about like having big ideas or having a lot of different ideas. And so I feel like maybe for some of you here, it may be a good idea in the future. Now, I can't tell you what to do, but it may be a good idea in the future for you to stick to what you know at this time. You may get a curveball thrown here with the Page of Swords. And I think for some of you, you're going to fall back on the healthy routines that you've established here. And with the King of Pentacles, the routines that have made you successful here in the past, and you'll use those in your future. So let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Lovers, the Emperor, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. All right, so I definitely like to see this. So with the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, that is major energy of success in your life, and typically in your business life is more importantly. The Emperor represents big boss energy, or just boss energy, bossing up in your life, taking control of yourself, taking control of your life, having authority over your life. It's also a card of structure and just general success in a business sense of the word, for sure. It can represent somebody who is maybe a little bit rigid, which can also maybe come in with the King of Pentacles. So some of you, it's like, some of you might need a change here. Even though I said that, I just got done saying that you're probably going to stick to what has made you successful, but it's strange because now this is why we clarify. Now what's coming in here is you have the Seven of Pentacles as well, which can represent a change of direction. As you see this person here, they are looking at the harvest that they have created for themselves, and they're kind of looking out to the distance, and they're asking themselves, do I want to switch it up? Do I want to change paths and change directions and go in a new direction? Or do I want to stay where I am and keep this harvest going for a little bit longer? What's interesting is you also have the Three of Wands, which is all about adventure. It's kind of going in a new direction. It is sort of kind of looking out to the ocean and realizing you have the entire world in front of you. And so it's a big card of travel. It's a big card of adventure. And it's all about success, expansion, and growth. And so a theme that you're probably recognizing here is that there is a lot of success available to you, Leo, at this time. But the question is, for some of you, there's maybe this push and pull between, do I continue what I'm doing here because it's working, or do I expand? Some of you are asking yourself, do you expand? And I think this is what it's coming down to. You have this Lovers card as well, which is an important choice to make, right? So what could have happened here, now that we've clarified a little bit, is with the Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords, someone could have said, hey, listen, like there's this big idea here, okay? Or there's this big opportunity for you. We see that you're successful. What do you decide? Or do you want to make a choice to go in a new direction here, as you have with this Lovers? And this may be proving to be a little bit of a internal struggle for you at this time. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, we have the Three of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Chariot. So detaching here with the Three of Swords, separating from something, is proving to be challenging for you with that energy. All right, the Three of Swords is all about severance, separation from something. Typically it's about a relationship, especially as you have the Lovers with it. It can be indicative of divorce, separation. But in this case, I was not feeling a lot of love energy, even though we have the Lovers here. The majority of the cards are business, career, finance, money, material messages. And so for some of you, this choice is coming down to like letting go of what you've been doing for a long time that has kept you successful, I feel like. And I feel like maybe in hopes of being even more of a success than you already have been. So it's what I feel like saying is, Leo, some of you have a good problem to have on your hands, right? It's not like a doom and gloom scenario. It's like whatever thing you're struggling with at this time is between be successful what you're currently doing or be even more successful with something else, right? And so that's kind of what I'm getting here. Now you have two energies here that could be considered Cancerian energy with the King of Cups and the Chariot. The Chariot is the card of the sign of Cancer. King of Cups can be the same thing. The Chariot's all about overcoming obstacles and going the distance. And really being a self-disciplined person that brings about success. So let's see what else we have here. You have the Ten of Swords and the Hermit. I do see you ending it with whatever you've been doing. Okay, so some of you here, you are, you're struggling with this separation right now with this Three of Swords from this. For many of you, I think it's not about a relationship. For many of you, I strongly believe that it's about what you've been doing to meet ends with your life, like whatever it is that you do for work, finance, business. I think for some of you, it's like letting go of that and moving on to this new path. The Hermit is on the path of the Sage. They're on the path towards acquiring wisdom and being knowledgeable, building knowledge, and learning. And maybe even, like I said, becoming a sage. And so for some of you here, you're going on this new path. Let's see what else we have. And you have the King of Swords to finish out the pyramid here. So we have this Queen and the King of Swords. The King of Swords, in the same way that the Queen of Swords is, this can be somebody who really will help you get from point A to point B. This is somebody who is authoritative and knowledgeable in their chosen domain, in whatever field they find themselves in. And so for you, I think you're becoming a master of whatever it is that you do, and you're moving into a new place of expansion with that. I think for many of you, this is very much business related, career related. You also have this Five of Wands, which is about conflict, but this is an internal conflict for you showing up. Do you take the harvest here and move on to something else, or do you stay where you have been and just continue to be successful doing that? So I think only you will know. But overall, really like what I see here. I would be excited if I were you, because you have big opportunities for growth and expansion here. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.